The Quest for Truth, a comparative study of Abrahamic religions, common ground and differences. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first episode of the Riddleman Podcast, where we will embark on a thought-provoking journey of exploring the Abrahamic religions, their sacred texts, and attempt to delve into the depths of some profound existential questions. Join us as we venture to shed light on the interconnectedness of religions. Are all religions different facets of the same origin? Unraveling the concept of God, an inquiry into the true nature of the divine. Unveiling life's purpose, deciphering the meaning behind our existence. Contemplating a computer-simulated reality. What if our world is merely a complex simulation? Throughout this video, we will examine these profound inquiries through the lens of Abrahamic religions, comparing their religious books and extracting the underlying wisdom they impart. Prepare to expand your perspective and engage in a reflective exploration of these age-old questions that have captivated the minds of humanity for centuries. Before we proceed, I would like to emphasize that I hold a deep respect for all religions and individuals practicing them. It is essential to acknowledge that diversity of beliefs is a fundamental aspect of our global society. I want to make it clear that the purpose of this video is purely educational. It is not intended to promote hatred, discrimination, or any form of disrespect towards any religious group. I understand that my knowledge and understanding may be limited, and I am open to corrections if any errors are found. Thank you for understanding, and please refer to the description or the end of the video for the references used in this content. So without any further ado, let us embark on this fascinating journey of discovery and contemplation. Join us as we unravel the intricate tapestry of the Abrahamic religions and embark on a quest for deeper understanding. Before delving into the depths of our topic, let us first distinguish between two fundamental concepts, monotheism and polytheism. Understanding these terms is crucial in our exploration. So what do they actually mean? Monotheism. It is the belief in existence of one and only one God, encompassing all power, authority, and divine attributes. Monotheist. A monotheist is an individual who adheres to the beliefs in a single God, acknowledging the exclusivity of this divine entity. Polytheism. On the other hand, polytheism entails the beliefs in the existence of multiple gods, each possessing their unique characteristics and responsibilities. Polytheist. A polytheist is someone who acknowledges and worships multiple gods, embracing the diversity and multiplicity of divine beings. By comprehending these distinctions, we can lay the foundation of our exploration into the intricate world of religious beliefs. And now let us delve into the exploration of Christianity, one of the prominent Abrahamic religions. In Christianity, the narrative of the human race traces its origin back to Adam and Eve. To gain a deeper understanding, let us closely examine the account presented in the Bible, which is considered the holy book of Christians. As we immerse ourselves in the biblical narrative, we open ourselves to a wealth of wisdom and insight that has shaped the beliefs and values of millions of individuals throughout the history. According to the biblical account found in Genesis 2 and 3, Adam, the first man, was created by God from the dust of the ground. The name Adam itself reflects his origin and is derived from the Hebrew word Adamah, meaning earth. God placed Adam in a garden called Eden, which was filled with beautiful and nourishing trees. In the garden, God instructed Adam that he could eat from any tree except the tree of knowledge of good and evil. God warned that eating from that specific tree would result in death. Adam was also given the responsibility of naming the various species of living creatures, thus establishing their place in the natural order. Despite Adam's fulfilling environment and companionship with the animals, he felt a sense of loneliness. In response, God caused Adam to enter a deep sleep, took one of his ribs, and created Eve, the first woman. Adam and Eve were innocent and unaware of their shame or the knowledge of good and evil. However, a serpent tempted Eve, convincing her that eating from that forbidden tree would grant them godlike wisdom. Eve succumbed to the temptation and shared the fruit with Adam. As a result, their eyes were opened and they became aware of their nakedness. They covered themselves with fig leaves. God, aware of their transgression, pronounced punishments upon them. In response to their disobedience, God pronounced specific punishments upon Adam and Eve. To Eve, he said, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor, you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Genesis 3 verse 16. To Adam, God declared, because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil, you will eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you. You will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow, you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. For dust you are, and to dust you will return. Genesis 3 verse 17 to 19. These divine pronouncements highlight the consequences of Adam and Eve's disobedience. Eve would experience intense pain in childbirth, and her relationship with her husband would be marked by a desire for him and his rule over her. Adam, on the other hand, would face hardship in providing sustenance from the cursed ground. His work would involve toil and sweat, with the land yielding thorns and thistles. Ultimately, both Adam and Eve would return to the dust from which they were formed. These passages illustrate the aftermath of the fall, portraying the challenges and difficulties that humanity would endure as a result of their disobedience to God's command. Consequently, Adam and Eve were expelled from the garden, losing their idyllic existence. This biblical account provides insights into the origin of humanity, the consequences of disobedience, and the subsequent hardships faced by Adam and Eve as they began their journey outside the paradise. Now let us shift our focus to the Islamic perspective and explore the story of Prophet Adam as depicted in the Quran. With its verses, we not only find a narrative about the creation of the first human beings, profound insights into the purpose of lives and significant values. In the Quran, it is revealed that even before the creation of Adam, Allah had already decreed that mankind would be placed on earth. The Quranic verse states, "And mention, O Muhammad, when your Lord said to the angels, 'Indeed, I will make upon the earth a successive authority.' They said, 'Will you place upon it one who caused corruption therein and sheds blood? While we declared your praise and sanctify you.' Allah said, 'Indeed, I know that which you do not know.'" Quran 2:30. Here, Allah informs the angels of his intention to create Adam, the first human being, who would serve as his vicegerent or deputy on earth, to bring about its prosperity. This indicates that long before the events in which Adam and Eve were tested, it was already predetermined that earth would be their destiny. These verses from the Quran provide us a glimpse into the Islamic understanding of the story of Prophet Adam, emphasizing the divine purpose behind the creation of mankind and their role as representatives of Allah on earth. According to the Islamic teachings, the creation of Prophet Adam involved the angels being instructed to gather a handful of soil from the earth. This signifies that the descendants of Adam were destined to be diverse in nature. These descriptions highlight the deep historical and fundamental connection between humankind and the earth. The Quranic verse states, "He created him from dust, then he said to him, 'Be,' and he was." Quran 3:59. The Quranic verse states, "And we have certainly created you, O mankind, and given you human form. Then we said to the angels, 'Prostrate to Adam.' So they prostrated, except for Iblis. He was not of those who prostrated." Quran 7:11. In the Islamic perspective, Adam's spouse, commonly known as Eve or Hawa, is mentioned in the Quran. Eve was created from Adam as stated in the following verse, "O mankind, fear your Lord who created you from one soul and created from it its mate and dispersed from both of them many men and women." Quran 4:11. According to the traditions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Eve was created from Adam's rib while he was asleep. After the creation of Eve, the couple was granted a place in paradise. They were allowed to eat freely from its abundance except for one tree, as mentioned in the following verse. "And we said, O Adam, dwell you and your wife in paradise, and eat therefrom in ease and abundance, from wherever you will. But do not approach this tree, lest you be among the wrongdoers." Quran 2:35. Eve was created as Adam's companion and life partner, and they were instructed to live together in harmony. Satan, knowing the vulnerability of mankind, tempted Adam and Eve by whispering into their hearts. Disguised as a sincere advisor, he planted enticing thoughts about the forbidden tree, causing Adam and Eve to become preoccupied with it. Forgetting the warning, they eventually succumbed to temptation and committed an error. This test was a means by which Allah prepared Adam for his role as a caretaker and prophet on earth. Through his experience, Adam learned firsthand the deceptive nature of Satan and the need for constant vigilance. After consuming the forbidden fruit, Adam and Eve felt deep remorse and regret for their actions. They acknowledged their mistakes and sincerely sought Allah's forgiveness and mercy. Allah decreed, "Go down, all of you, as enemies to one another, and when guidance comes to you from me, whoever follows my guidance will never go astray in the world, nor suffer in the hereafter. But whoever turns away from my remembrance, indeed he will have a depressed life, and we will gather him on the day of resurrection blind." Quran 20, 123-124. Adam, the first human and ancestor of all mankind, is central to the Jewish tradition. According to the first chapter of Genesis, God created man on the sixth day of creation, following him in his own image and granting him domination over all other creatures. The name Adam is linked to Adama, meaning ground or soil, and Edom, meaning red. This suggests that Adam was fashioned from red soil or clay. In the second chapter of Genesis, creation of man is described in more detail. God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed him into his nostrils the breath of life. He placed him in the Garden of Eden, instructing him to cultivate and care for it. God permitted the man to eat from every tree in the garden, except for the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, warning the consequences of death for disobedience. God brought all animals and birds to Adam, who named each one. However, Adam found no suitable companion among them. God then caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, took one of his ribs and fashioned it into the first woman, whom Adam named Eve because she would be the mother of all beings. Initially, Adam and Eve were naked and felt no shame. However, the serpent tempted Eve to eat from the forbidden tree and she shared the fruit with Adam. As a result, they became aware of their nakedness, covering themselves with fig leaves and hid from God due to their embarrassment. God questioned Adam, asking him why he felt shame and if he had eaten from the forbidden tree. Adam blamed Eve and Eve blamed the serpent. As a consequence of their disobedience, God cursed the serpent to crawl on its belly and eat dust. He told the woman that she would experience pain in childbirth, desire her husband, and be subject to him. The story of Adam and Eve in Judaism emphasizes their creation, their dwelling in the Garden of Eden, and their disobedience resulting in shame and consequences. It serves as a foundational narrative in Jewish understanding of human origins and the relationship between humanity and God. To the man, God pronounced a curse for his disobedience. God said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through pain, while you will eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow, you will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken, for dust you are, and dust you will return." Genesis 3, 17-19. To prevent them from partaking of the tree of life and living forever in the fallen state, God expelled them from the Garden of Eden. The consequences of Adam and Eve's disobedience in Judaism are depicted through the curse placed upon Adam, the toil and the hardships he would face, and the mortality of the humanity. The story highlights the loss of paradise and the introduction of suffering and labor as a result of their actions. In comparing the beliefs regarding Adam and Eve across Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, several distinct points emerge. All three religions acknowledge that Adam was the first human created by Allah, while Christianity believes that Adam was created in the image of God. In Islam, Satan is considered a jinn, a separate creation of Allah distinct from angels. He is regarded as an enemy of mankind. However, Jewish beliefs about the devil vary. Some interpretations consider the devil as a servant of God responsible for testing humanity, while others view the devil as a metaphor for the evil inclination within individuals. Christianity and Islam both acknowledge that devil was originally an obedient servant of God who attained a high rank due to his devotion and worship. However, there are differences regarding the nature of the devil, with Islam emphasizing the distinction between jinns and angels. The motif of the serpent, commonly associated with the story of Adam and Eve, is more prevalent in Christianity than in Islam. The Islamic account does not specifically mention a serpent, but highlights the devil deceived Eve into eating from the forbidden tree, and Adam also partook in the act. The consequences of Adam and Eve action differ between Christianity and Islam. In Christianity, their expulsion from heaven was a result of eating the forbidden fruit, leading to the inheritance of original sin by all their descendants. In contrast, Islam views the expulsion as a consequence of their act of disobedience, marking the first display of free will and preparing Adam for his role as a representative of Allah on earth. It is important to note that these comparisons provide a general overview of the beliefs and interpretation within each religion, and there may be variations within each faith tradition.